It is well, it is well with my soul, with my soul. It is well, it is well with my soul. It is well, it is well with my soul. Tell me where you're watching me from. With my soul, it is well, it is well with my soul. Hi everyone, it's a girl Little Times, also known as Gelawapa Z, girl from Zambia. In case it's your first time coming across this live stream, I'm a Zambian YouTuber based here in the UK that talks about real life issues, real stories and things that affect us Black people, especially even during this coronavirus. Black people have really been affected with discrimination and racism. I came across the story of this gentleman and I am heartbroken. And I know many of you Americans follow my YouTube channel, and it would be very insensitive of me not to even speak about it. I have so many questions. That's why I started with the song, It Is Well. It is well, it is well with my soul. What happened to George Floyd is something that should never happen. It's something that should continuously never ever happen to the Black race. But it keeps happening. It keeps happening. In America, we receive videos on WhatsApp from America showing us the level of discrimination. And I can only feel for you, my brothers and my sisters. It is painful. The video was painful to watch. I couldn't even finish it. I couldn't even finish it. Hi, Energy Member. Good to see you. Hi, Siarugan. Hi, Live Love. Good to see you. Hi, Sonny. Watching from Belgium. It keeps happening. Why the Black race? I don't understand. We are targeted everywhere we go. I don't understand. I don't understand why our blood is always poured everywhere. It's so sad. So I was reading something about him from CNN. George Floyd moved to Minnesota to be his best self, as one of his friends put it. He worked as a security at a restaurant where he developed a reputation as someone who had your back and was there for you when you were down. Knowing my brother is to love my brother. That's his brother that said that. Philonis Floyd, George's brother. He told CNN on Tuesday. Floyd was 46 and he died on Monday. And the city he moved to for a better life. Because he is black, he decided to move to a better environment to help his life because of the stigma that black people have. His last moments caught on video whilst being arrested. Floyd was held down by a Minneapolis police officer, and the police officer's knee was on his neck. God, it was painful to watch. Would a black police officer do that to a white person and they would still be out there? Would they lose their job and it ends there? You would hear a lot of things. When I watched the police officer squeeze the guy's neck, and everyone was like, what has he done? And you could see the anger in this racist police officer and his counterpart, whether he's a Chinese or Filipino, I don't know where the guy is from. It was a targeted attack. I don't care what anyone says. This was a targeted attack where they even plan, let's go and get somebody today. After all, they are above the law. He's put his bloody knee until he stopped breathing, continuously squeezing him when he had no weapon because he is black. Because of the color of his skin, black people have guns on them. Black people take drugs. Black people, everything bad is about black people. It was painful. It was painful to watch. And when the people were trying to stop the other police officer, he was even blocking them like, where are you going? I'm like, you mean you are allowing your stupid police officer friend do this? Where are our rights as black people? He was not even armed. He had no weapon. Until his eyes shut and he stopped breathing. And even at that, his knee was still on his neck until the ambulance came. And he was still there, squeezing him. Police brutality. Black lives must matter, but they don't. For how long? I've seen a young woman that was stopped by a police officer that was driving. And when she stopped, the police officer took her in. And she died in the cells. Only God knows what they did to her. Are our organs special that they are targeted? For me, that is what I'm thinking. You pick on fresh blood, fresh black blood, and collect organs. Because our organs are strong. Somebody else needs these organs. The video shows Floyd pleading that he's in pain and can't breathe, and the cop continuously put his knee on his neck. He shall never have peace. May mental health strike that officer. Then his eyes shut and he stopped the please stop. He was pronounced dead shortly after. That officer and 3 others involved in the incident have been fired. Somebody has lost his life. His family has lost a brother, a son, an uncle, a nephew. And all you do is fire them. All you do is tell them to go home. You've lost your job. A few years later, they'll move to another town and carry on their lives, and they'll be working, whilst this man has lost his life. This is what we face as Black people. It is painful. When I see his images all over the internet, this is somebody who was just trying. Floyd is a Houston native. He grew up in the city's 3rd ward and graduated from Jack Yates High School, where he played football, according to CNN. He moved to Minnesota to work and to drive trucks. It's good money, by the way, in America when you drive trucks. Good money. We're talking about $3,000, $4,000 a month. According to a friend and former NBA player, Steven Jackson. And Steven Jackson, his friend, even shared his image. I am so heartbroken because he will not be the last. It will keep on going on and on and on and on. And whoever does this against a Black person, all they just do is fire them or write a warning. And it's always a white officer towards a Black person. We have seen videos of young kids at a party just enjoying themselves with mixed. The police officers were only targeting Black children. Why? Is there anything wrong with our skin? What is it that everybody targets the Black man? He was just there doing his own thing. In as much as you are looking for him, do you have to restrain him that way on a tarred road and put your knee like a devil? All I saw is a devil. I didn't see anybody who was doing his job. That was a devilish act. He was loved by all my employees and my customers. That's what a friend said. I was looking at the video and I said, that can't be Floyd. But later it just blew and it was Floyd. Floyd would help up clean at the bar after, he was a security, but he would also clean. He was a very nice guy, really good with customers. And I didn't see anybody that was fighting the police officer. Let me read some comments. So if you have any tributes, just pour your tributes. DJ says, I'm watching from Grenada. Good to see you. Henrietta says, his soul will bring freedom to Africa. May his soul rest in peace. Definitely. Michael says, I want you to know that one day the Black will fight back very soon. Zandi M says, justice should prevail. I could not watch the video completely. That policeman knelt on the neck without remorse. How dare he? The video is long. And he was there. You have a gun? You have a taser gun? You have a gun? You have a police ride where you can even put him at the back and he can't come out? Do you have to restrain him that way? Trust None says, because they hate us of being Black. I have a very racist neighbor. I've talked about her on my YouTube channel. The children were playing outside daytime, 4 p.m. today. And she told them to shut up. I went there and I told her in Ghanaian language. I'm not Ghanaian, but I know some Ghanaian words. And I said, What's your problem? Children are playing. This is a free place. If you want a yard, go and get yourself a yard. But they are racist towards us because we are black. She can't do that to the Asians. Because if she does, the Muslims will catch her and she wouldn't even do what she's doing. Michael says, why kill the guy? Zandi says, we are still enslaved. Lorna says, I refuse to watch. I also refuse to watch, but I said, celebrities all over the world, they are angered. In America, anger over Floyd's death goes beyond his family and friends. A number of celebrities have reacted to the incident on social media. NBA player LeBron James shared a side-by-side photo on his Instagram. This is the photo. Look at it. This is the photo. Look at that. How do you do this to a human being? Even when we are trying to slaughter a chicken, we don't even do this to a chicken. Not even a goat. But you treated the guy like an animal. Beth says it was indeed very painful to watch. I started crying because I was very upset. Martha is heartbroken. That video is so hard to watch, honestly. Such a painful thing to watch. They killed him in. And the thing is, even the people who were witnessing, they could have gone to rescue him, but the guys were armed. They could have shot them. Very painful to watch. Trust None says his death is the most painful thing I have ever seen in my life. Very painful. Followed by the Ethiopian air crash. That one got me. I will never forget. Very painful. C. Erdogan says he screamed and cried for his mother as his spirit left his body. I didn't even watch that part. Martha Finance says, I regret watching that video. I'm still disgusted. Lorna says it's painful. Prophetic Ministry says, what if we treated them like they treat us? They would have no choice but respect us then. Casey Kalu says, all men are not created equal. America needs to reevaluate their Declaration of Independence. Nyota says, but they love our continent for our minerals. Wake up, Africa. Esther says, sad world. Michael says, he will never rest until the other black people fight for his right. Martha Finance says, they were 4 police officers. Can you imagine? 4 murderers. Lily says, hi, Auntie Lily, thank you so much. Ruben says, honestly, that was horrible seeing him cry on his last breath. Was so painful. How I wish the guys near could have pushed the officer off. James says, yeah, this guy intentionally killed Mr. Floyd. He made sure all of the life was drained out of Mr. Floyd. This is an evil officer that has probably gotten away with so many things before, but because nowadays there's smartphones, people can film. These are the type of officers that kill people and throw them in the bush, and they will be claiming it's a homicide. This type of officer. This is the type of officer who even rapes women. This type of officer. He should never be an officer. You are there to protect people and not to discriminate against them. King Shaka's TV says, we need to fight blacks as blacks, back as blacks, with our African supernatural power. It's shocking. Ruben Ngoma from Mother Finest, that would have even cost more lives. Yes, if they had tried to push, they would have shot, since there were 4. The Kumba guy says even the bystanders could see that the man was in distress. I wonder if the blacks left America and decided to go to Africa, I wonder if America would stand. I wonder. And that is why, as black people, when you have money, don't go and buy gold chain, gold teeth. They are not necessary. Build a heritage that will help people probably work for you, and they wouldn't be in a town like this where they are discriminated. Go and buy a watch for $200,000, $1 million, and show off on Instagram. So American celebrities, this is your task now. It can't keep on happening every time. It can't keep on happening. It means you need to build industries so that black people can work for you. And they won't be in these areas. They'll be safer. Floyd's cousin said they were supposed to be there to serve and protect, and I didn't see a single one of them lift a finger to do anything to help while he was begging for his life. Not one of them tried to do anything to help him. Tara Brown. The FBI is investigating this matter, and it will present its findings to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Minnesota for consideration of the possible federal charges. You better speed up. The evidence is there. What else are you investigating? What other investigation are they doing? The person is dead, killed on spot. Videos are there. What do we even need FBI? Even me myself, I can give the murder charge to these people. So heartbreaking. Marge says his hands were even handcuffed on his back. There was no way he could have done anything. King Shaka Stevie says we need to fight back as blacks with our supernatural power. Mwemba says has he been arrested? No, they are all supposed to be arrested. Business studies with Simatale, so horrible, very horrible. Sweetin says we need to unite on the continent and abroad, now more than ever. Every day spread the word, work with each other. That's how change starts. Buy black, keep outsiders out. This is how the US treat us. It's horrible. It's horrible when I see the way Americans are discriminated like this. You know, what occurred in Minneapolis is a sobering reminder of how quickly bad policing can undermine that trust. It has been there for a long time, this bad policing. I've been watching videos since 2000, since when did social media start? Since 2008, I've been watching all these horrible videos. And it keeps happening. And all we do is protest, and there's no change. It's the same story every now and again towards the black race. Martha Finest says they have only been fired and been investigated as if there is no evidence of the whole ordeal. The video is there. What else are you investigating? I watched another video of the lady they're calling Karen that was in a park with a dog, and she was speaking to one black guy was talking to her, and she called the police to accuse the black guy. And that is how black people are accused of rape, of things they don't even do. And because they are black, they go in. It's shocking. Twitter has gone crazy with the racist and approach towards the death. If this person was a white, you would have seen everywhere his name would have been pasted. Justice for so and so. Hey, black people are criminals. You know, loads of tributes on Twitter. Even just 2 minutes ago, somebody has posted something on Twitter. Loads of tributes. It's trending. This story is trending. This is even somebody who has even a verified account. You know, you can see loads of tweets. His name is Recep Tayyip, with an accent kind of name. The racist and fascist approach that led to the death of George Floyd in the US city of Minneapolis as a result of torture has not only deeply saddened all of us, but it has also become one of the most painful manifestations of the unjust order we just stand against across the world. This is a racial attack, nothing else. Nothing else. James says fired is not enough. Either they charge him or he gets everybody that was there watching, or the police, they need to be arrested. Nyota says, I totally agree. After all, the Haitians defeated France using the same. Let us use our powers. Let us learn to meditate. Live Laugh says, Ruben Ngoma, that just puzzled me as well. All those officers need to go to prison. Lock them up. Throw the keys away. C. Aragon says, and they usually don't even fire them. They don't. And the firing is just temporarily because of pressure. For me, I just think it's just suspension. You know, this other person has also tweeted, Trump on George Floyd. I feel very, very badly. That's a very shocking sight, he adds. That was a very, very bad thing I saw. I saw it last night. I saw it. And I didn't like it. What I saw was not good. It was bad. So you saw it last night for the first time when somebody has been dead for some time and it's been all over the news. And you see, the leadership as well from, you know, Trump and the negative things that he's been saying has also contributed to these racial attitudes towards black people. You know, when he first came in office and he started closing borders of, oh, I don't want Nigerians to come here. I don't want these people to come here. You know, he would literally say things that were quite negative towards the black race. Martha Finer says, if tables were turned and there was a dead white man and a black police officer, Lord have mercy, he would already be lining up for execution. Heartbreaking. Nyota says, we don't live in a just world. Not the first and not the last. Let us use our powers. In the UK, there's a video that is trending that I didn't want to share on my YouTube channel because it's very upsetting, where somebody who claims they work for the government is saying that we only needed you to work with us during the coronavirus, and now we don't need you. Very soon we'll change the policies and we'll reduce your occupation. Like, you know, there's this skilled workers thing that they do in the UK, whereby if you are needed as a nurse, you qualify because of the skills. But now, according to this video, the person was like, we don't think you qualify to come to the UK, so what we'll do is we'll drop your qualification so that your visa will be denied. We only needed you to work with us during the coronavirus so that you should die and look after our people. And then a friend of mine shared in confidence of her partner who's in the UK, a doctor, that the doctors, fellow medical doctors, he's black from Kenya, and they were discriminating against him. They were saying, when are you having coronavirus? When are you going to, all the black people are having coronavirus. These are medical doctors. And he felt discriminated. It's like, it could even be that they are even putting coronavirus on black people's cups. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Because how come it's only black people who are having it those who are in the front line at work? You know, King of the Kings says they wanted us all to die, so they can take over the continents. Africa is rich, but we don't have leadership. They are all corrupted and sellouts. Do you think if Africa was a safe place to live in? I mean, if Africa was a safe place to live in, the Americans and everybody would move back if there were opportunities. Lorna Sameke says, I wait for the day of reckoning. We can only pray for justice, and what we desire as black people is to be treated equally, just like any other race. We are not animals. We are human beings that breathe like you, that go to the toilet like you, that eat like you. There is nothing special about white people. They are just a different skin color. They are just white or pink or yellow, whatever you can call the color. We are the same people, and we should be united and not hating against one another, and not discriminating, and not having assumptions that every black person is a thief, not having stereotypes that black people are thieves. If they're in a town like Minnesota, the guy is obviously a drug dealer, and yet he's gone there to work as a truck driver, and he's been working as a security officer, and he's been helping out a lot. And then you just, what did he do? What did he do? So that's his family. That's his family, heartbroken. That's his family. Very heartbroken. Very heartbroken. It's not fair that black people, we are treated like this wherever we are, at work. I was working somewhere where I sat for a bit. I had a slight headache. And I told the guy, I'm just sitting for a little bit. I didn't even take time. I had just a slight headache, during this pandemic and everything. And I just closed my eyes for a few minutes. And he took pictures of me. Sent them to the manager. She's been sleeping the whole night. I was shocked. And I started asking questions. I just sat for a bit, but the guy said the whole night she had slept, she didn't do nothing. I gave medication. I put people to bed. In the morning, I washed people. I helped out, give more medication. And this person said, I slept the whole night. He worked alone. It's a trap. We are trapped everywhere. Education, we are trapped. They give you low marks because you are black. Blacks are not intelligent. You read an essay of a white person, and you read an essay of a black person, and you're thinking, my assignment is better than yours. This person gets a first class, and you get a second class. It is rare that a black person, even in Britain, will get first class. You have to be over brilliant. So I started thinking, why are we always trapped? It's like a setup. Yes, he was approached. He was approached. But why wouldn't they even speak to him and say, oh, wow, we need to just find out something? Thank God for evidence. Thank God for the same smartphones that we use today. They are working. They are helping us. Before, there was So many cases, enormous cases of people that were killed, that were put to prison without even evidence. If you remember the first black boy that was put to prison and was hanged, death by hanging, the first black person, he didn't even do it. There was no evidence then. And he was killed. He was innocent. But because black people are hated, he was pointed, he did it. I used to watch the movie Mississippi Burning. I've watched it before, like twice. I've never finished that movie before. I can watch it a bit. Black people have suffered. Yes, Kings, it's alive. Jessica Lupia says, so sad. We have a long way black people, but we still have a long way to go. Mwemba says, may his soul rest in peace. Prophetic Ministry says, they are angry because they know their time is up. And the Black Messiah is on his way and they can't stop. C. Aragun says, I am watching from Los Angeles. Anarchy is in the air here. Video footage showed Derek Chavon, a 19-year-old veteran of Minneapolis department, kneeling. Is the man 19? He's saying 19. How old is the police officer that was kneeling on him? 19-year-old veteran. He pleaded for his life. The Minneapolis Police Department said Floyd died a short time after a medical incident. A medical incident? He died after being strangled. So they are still... Wait, how old is the police officer that killed him? If he's 19, like what I'm reading, I don't know whether it's an error. It means this guy joined the police force to kill black people. Phyllis Mark, it is pure wickedness. We are the chosen ones. That is why they target us. There is a God in heaven, we shall prevail. Table says the other police would never let a black man treat their own that way. Beth Kabwe says life is very hard for us in the diaspora. That is why when I go to Zambia, I stay even 3 months. I don't like it. I'm just trying to sort out the children's documents so that at least they can always come back for their education. That's why I'm here. Otherwise, I don't like it. I don't like it. That's why I'm always home. You never see me go out. It's YouTube. Watch my movies, go to church, go to work, I'm back. Maybe if there's a party somewhere, but now with lockdown, it's just home. My only white friend is a 62-year-old woman, no Lavo, that always comments on my YouTube channel. She was born in Zambia. And I find, yes, you can make friends, but I always find that we are always set up for traps every time. It's a trap. They always want to trap us to fail. You know, when I was studying my degree in social work, that was my worst experience ever. It actually put me off becoming a social worker. You know, I have children, and this social work supervisor would make me start my shifts at 7:30 or 8:30. And when I'm even late, 10 minutes, because obviously I have to drop them in the morning for school, and school here starts 9:15, so there's no way I could make it for 7:30. She would be on and on. Are you doing social work for the money? What made you come to this country? And I'm like, these questions. Can't you do social work in your country? Many people do these jobs for just the money. And each time I try to apply for work as a social worker in this country, they tell me what? You don't have experience. I have a video on my YouTube channel. I'll share it on my community tab. They tell me I don't have experience. So I did any job. I don't care. At the end of the day, all I need is a capital to raise to go to Africa. So I don't care. I said, look, you're not going to stop me from progressing in my life, from becoming what I want to become, and that's a millionaire. You won't stop me by blocking me. And that's the only way they can stop you to succeed, is by blocking you from getting a good job so that you can succeed in life. They will block you. The only people they can't really block are doctors, because not many of them are intelligent to become doctors. I was like, I'm not going to be stopped. Everywhere I would go, I would apply. And you will see a white person they call them dyslexia, meaning they don't have the brains, they have some problems. And this person will get the job, and yet you were more experienced than them. But because they are white, they get priority. So I told myself, I'm not going to allow this to put me down or discourage me. I started doing cleaning jobs. I started doing care jobs. I started looking after people with mental health problems. And I've been able to raise what I needed to raise in Africa. I know my time is limited here. What am I going to be doing here at 50 years old? Doing what in the diaspora? Doing what? Fighting with neighbors? No. I want to be in Africa on my farm, serving my people, Mamba says he's watching from Monze Mission. Good to see you. The Kumba guy says it was good to see the community rise up and protest. Americans always protest, but the question is, how many protests will Black people keep on having? Protests and candlelight, and it keeps happening. We want justice. If there's laws that are put in place to say you cannot restrain, there's no even law for him to even do that. You see? Okay. Now listen to this. In 2006, Chauvin was one of several officers involved in the shooting death of a man who stabbed others before turning on the police. This guy is a killer. So why is he working as a police officer? 2006, how many more years later? 14 more years later, he kills someone. This is an angry man. He should be in jail. This man is not a police officer. So although Klobuchar, I don't know how you pronounce it, was the Hennepin County attorney at the time of an October 2006 police shooting involving Chauvin, she did not prosecute, and instead the case went to the grand jury that declined to charge the officers with the wrongdoing in 2008. So in 2008, they declined to charge this idiot. And now the idiot has come back and has killed someone. And even after killing someone, the idiot is been fired instead of the idiot being prosecuted. You see how our lives don't matter? This idiot killed someone. He's an idiot. He doesn't even deserve to be respected. This guy has killed someone before. Bev Raid says, they are satanic people that the devil control. I was so disturbed watching that video that I literally put a curse on those two officers. They will be judged by the Almighty. Yadi says, look, my mom used to say, Dappy Ghost knows who to frighten. I bet if he had encountered a real yard man, he would be the one taking a dirt nap. Black Man Redemption, Bob Marley. They say charity begins at home. That's Live Life. Teach your children the value of being a human being whilst they're young. The thing is, I have black children in Britain, right? And I've never told them anything, but they know about racism. Even in their schools, they can feel it. My daughter sometimes will say, oh, my teacher, she always listens to white people. And I'm like, how do you know? I've never said it. They can, even our children can feel it. It's not a suitable environment for them. When I collect what I need to collect, Miko Zambia, I'm not going to stay around here for my children to feel like white people are more special than them. No. That's why even our countries in Africa, our leaders should set up base for us to even want to rush back home, but they are also stealing. This world is so unfair. Okay. King Shak says we need to fight back. Yes, we need to. Beyond measure, no peace. Ruben Ngoma says this has just proved that the black community needs to be more united than ever. May God be with the family. Jessica Lupia says, oh, Jessica Lupia, I like your last name, Lupia. Remember that name, Lupia, in future. I won't say much. I've even smiled a bit. Hope justice prevails, Mwebantu. This is so sad. Michael says they don't like black people, but they build the nation using black people. Till now, justice must take place. His soul will never rest until justice comes. Marie says, and now look how Africans are pampering them in Africa. Yes, they pamper them, giving them all we have. Painful. I don't even want to see that picture because Trump is not saying anything. Our leaders don't feel the pain. Or Clarence says, no, Sister Lily, it's no curse being black. In truth, it's a blessing. Although it may very well appear as if we are, these things that you are witnessing are only to allow justification of the righteous. Please smash the thumbs up. Sweetin says, let's not just talk about the pain we feel. Act on this time. Always, let's support each other. If you are in the States, there is an app called Mobile Justice. Look up your state, and if you can. We need to be united as black people. Virginia Chamber says, very painful to watch. Sweeten finishes by saying, and if you're in trouble, you can use that app. It drops your location and records and alerts others that you need help. Stand for each other. Prophetic Ministry says, why wasn't there a citizen arrest of those wicked cops? And the cop has been arrested before. Well, has been questioned for murder in 2006. So here it's saying one police involved shooting in Minnesota that did result in a conviction. So those police, they are all criminals. Only added to the claims of racial bias in the state laws. In 2017, Mohammed Noor, a Somali American police officer, shot and killed an armed white woman after responding to her 911 call. And guess what happened to Mohammed Noor? He was convicted of third-degree murder in April 2019. They didn't even hesitate because he's a Somali. The first police officer in the state to be convicted in decades was a black guy, a Somali. You see, meanwhile, Chavon has retained Tom Kelly as his lawyer. So this same Chavon has retained the other lawyer that stood in for him before. They are both criminals. And the same criminal lawyer is standing for him again. So Kelly is a prominent defense attorney who represented Yanez. Americans, you know who Yanez is. You see? You see how they do it? Muhammad Noor shot a white person. They didn't even hesitate. And he became the first police officer to be convicted, because obviously black police officers don't kill, they don't fight. In 2016, the Minneapolis Police Department revised its policies to require officers to intervene or report whenever they witness another officer engaging in excessive force. 2016, they said if another police officer is witnessing excessive force, they should intervene, obviously. But the 3 officers involved in responding to the forgery call fired under this revision. You see, they've been fired instead. They've been fired. That's how unfair it is for us black people. They just fire them. And the 2 police officers involved have been previously involved in criminal acts. And they are still working as police officers because they are above the law. And black people are not above the law. We've just heard about Muhammad Noor from Somalia. Connie Baumer says, I had just switched on CNN channel and witnessed something that broke my heart. I made such a loud cry and my husband ran to my aid. I could only point at the TV in horror. He was so horrified. Michael says, I'm so happy up to now. I'm not happy, sorry. I'm not happy up to now. It's painful to me. I think it's better to start also fighting back. Raymond says, how can we trust people who are meant to protect us? How? 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 So the database has confirmed that Derek Chauvin and Tothau, I think that I don't know whether it's a Filipino boy, that boy that was standing there, the one that was not even allowing people to, they've both, been disciplined before, like because of using force before. Wow. Lumaya Mubanga says, that was horrible. Whatever the case, he should have allowed the law to take its course. Live Love says, 4 officers and not one had the heart to pull off George. Shocking. It was planned. What black kid are we gonna kill today? And sometimes in America, black children would just be missing like that. They kill them. Such cops, they kill. These are the ones who kill and collect organs. C. Adogon says, this is about the 3rd murder by a police in less than 2 weeks and towards a black person. Zandi M says, there are so many ways to restrain someone, but that evil, stupid police officer decided to kneel on his knee. C. Adogon says, we are under siege. Yes, we are. Michael says, let's build back home and go back. I want to go back, definitely. G Money says, crazy world we live in, my dear. Michael Ngabwe says, Lily, we black people, we are in problem. Let us unite as one. Here in Zambia, no leadership, it will start happening. C. Adagon says, we are one. What happens to any one of us affects us. Definitely. I was just like, no. My American people are supporting my channel a lot. I have more than 15% viewership from America. I have to talk about it because you support me when I cry talking about Zambians, and you feel like it's you. When I saw this, I said, we need to do a live stream when it's suitable around this time. Those are killer cops, nothing else. They are killer cops. They killed this innocent man. So demonstrators have filled up the streets, talking about Floyd, and they've taken part in peaceful rallies. But I saw an article where they were saying, they were having a not so peaceful event where people were fighting and what. But nah, this is the one I'm talking. This guy is evil. This one, I'll show you in a bit. That I don't know where he's from. I don't know where he's from. He's so evil. And why are they even showing the video all over? Isn't it illegal? Like, they put it even on YouTube, on their news things. Are they enjoying watching this? Live Love says, moving to Africa is a good idea, but unfortunately we are also suppressed and oppressed in our continent. The world is so unfair. Michael says, what we are doing, what are they doing now? Justice. Nyota says, the other problem is our leaders are sellouts. No African leader talks about us. Yeah, Central Park Karen. Yeah, Central Park Karen. I just thought I would just combine the two. Central Park Karen is another. Trust Nan says Europe is the best because it is difficult for this case to happen. Yeah, Europe, yeah, it can happen. Definitely, it can't really happen. It can't really happen. But America, they have too much freedom, those police officers. Mary Faith says blacks need to react also and to end this. Also to end this. Makta Osman says is not good enough even in the third world country. This type of things are not happening. As wellness, how are you? Karen is just an sim of Muzungu, for Muzungu. As well, you're always supporting our live stream. Oliva, or is it Oliva? Or I thought it was Olivia. Oliver Coleman. That's why many of us want to return to our motherland. When we come there, we will work with our brothers and sisters to make Africa great again. Lorna says FBI will bury it. Sometimes I wonder. If God made us to stand down or forgive every generation we keep suffering. It's so sad. Live Love says, imagine the police responded and went to Central Park. It would be a different outcome. Thank you. I'm telling you, they wouldn't even have asked the guy questions. They would have just restrained the guy. Oh, super chat. God bless you. They would have restrained the guy without even asking questions. Hey, they would have restrained the guy without even asking questions. So, moments before Floyd, he was handcuffed. So why put him on the floor? The surveillance footage appears to show Floyd complying with officers during the course of the arrest. Although the footage does not clearly show moments Floyd is removed from the car, you see, he was complying. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey has called on Hennepin County. American counties, I try. He's called upon the county attorney Mike Freeman to press charges against the arresting officer for Floyd's death. The guy needs to go down this time. He can't get away with it. And obviously our black people as well. This is another thing. That's why these people target us. They are now even looting now because of this. Why are you even looting? Mass lootings erupt in Minneapolis after racially charged killing by police. You see, they will keep on attacking us if you do this. Anyway, so they watched the fight for the 5 minutes, the whole 5 minutes, as a white officer firmly pressed his knee on the neck. I saw no threats. This is what is being said. I saw no threat. I saw nothing that would signal that this kind of force was necessary. It wasn't necessary. By the way, he added, that particular technique that was used is not authorized by the Minneapolis Police Department, and it should have not been used, period. Exactly. It should have never been used. It's not what technique is that? This is just a demonic person. Honestly, evil guy. Like I said, even when we're killing a chicken, for those of you who are animal lovers, when in Africa we slaughter chickens, we don't do that to the chicken. We even handle it nicely. We're even nice to the chicken. So Floyd's family have also said that they want to see charges to be pressed against the family, with his cousin Tara Brown telling CNN in an interview that they were supposed to be there to serve and protect, and I didn't see a single one of them lift a finger like we've read in other parts. But Lloyd's brother also has said that they could have tased him. I was even wondering that, don't they have a taser gun? They could have masked him. Instead, they put their knee on his neck and just sat on it. They treated him worse than they treat animals. Honestly, these people love dogs. They're moving around with pets like they wouldn't even do that to a dog. You see that lady, the Central Park lady with her dog. The dog was even taken from her. That's how much they love dogs. It's crazy. Like Live Laugh is saying, imagine if a police officer responded. It would have been bad. To that black guy, he should thank God every time. Osman says, very soon Africans will not be traveling to America. I don't know. America, I've never even had the love for America. Do you know that there's a Zambian guy that was shot, like he used to sell cars in America. He was shot. I fear America. The freedom of guns is too much. Mary Faith says, sister, do you remember when British started on blacks here years back? Once blacks started responding, the government came in, started make it easier for all. Yeah, you don't joke with the British, because here we have lots of British people that were born here, like black people, that have been here for decades, and they're even like TV news readers. Like one of our news anchors is a top guy. Sir George? I've forgotten his name. Well-respected man. He's an old man from the Caribbean, generation, descent. Black men are targeted by police, even here in Canada. Beth, it's a crime to be black. They assume every black person is doing drugs. You see, if you watch my video on my YouTube channel, my video is pinned at the top of my channel. The video is now 117,000 views. Watch that video and share it in America as well. I talked about the things that go on here. they've been talking about the coronavirus, that only black people are having the coronavirus, they're the ones who are dying. And yet, according to statistics, 14,000 plus Caucasians have died to the coronavirus, and only 1,000 Africans have died. So who is dying here? But they are talking about it in the news, trying to pin us like we are the ones who have the virus more than they do. Why are they always targeting black people? All Africans all Africans back to Africa. We must link arms and fight together for freedom. Yes. God. Marie Faith says it's everywhere in Western nations. Trust None says America is just pretending to be a state for justice, and we know it's never be. America will never be. If you've watched the Return to Ghana program, which they are doing, a lot of Americans, when they get to Ghana, they are crying. It makes them feel so emotional that their ancestors were taken from there, and now they're in America where their life is, and they feel like going back. C. Adogan says, I'm setting up an Airbnb right now in Benin City, Nigeria, Ruben. We should link up in Nigeria, my sister. Wow. You have to. Airbnb business is very good. Beryl Bunch says, absolutely, totally agree with you. By Lorna as well. So heartbreaking. Michael says, Lily, it is a crime to be African. Is it a crime to be African? Why are we treated like that? That's why my tone of voice today is not so hyper, because we're talking about something sad. It's for those of you who followed the video on my YouTube channel, where we were talking about Mao Sampa, who was forced to apologize to the Chinese who were discriminating against Zambians. And now the Chinese are sharing the video of his apology worldwide. They are literally mocking. He called us China man, and now he's apologized. They didn't talk about the discrimination they were doing against black people in China. They didn't talk about the discrimination that they were doing against black people in Zambia. But they waited for the guy to apologize, and then they've shared it everywhere, including their national television. That is how unfortunate we may be. But one thing for sure is that we should have faith in ourselves as a black race. There's something we possess and we carry that makes everybody want to discriminate against us. Look at Akon. Akon is a black guy that has managed to fund solar power in Africa single-handedly without any donations from anywhere. More African guys are doing things like Drogba, footballer. He's helping with his hospital facilities during the coronavirus. So if we can have more black people who have money to stand together and not a billionaire, all you do is drive Rolls Royce, Range Rover, show on Instagram the houses you have. That is not Ubuntu. That is not what brings success to your life. For me, success is you seeing other people progress. Providing a better environment for your people. When I was in Abuja, I was sad to see kids picking in the bins, eating. And I asked myself, is this the same Nigeria where the richest man in Africa lives? Where there is billionaires of oil? Yes, it is. But everybody wants to be rich and brag as to how they own a house which is worth $30 million. As to how they own properties. As to how they own cars. It is high time we work together. I shared a video of a Chinese woman who's a billionaire in Namibia. Billionaire. And yet black people were suffering. Everything that they do is black black people that invented. They just copy the idea. So it's not a crime to be black, but it is a crime for anybody to hate against a black person. And sometimes I ask myself, is it because, of my skin that you will not give me a job, an office job, but you want to give me a cleaning job? You're okay to give me a cleaning job. You're okay to give me, with my qualifications, and then they'll be asking me, oh, you've got a degree in social work. Why are you cleaning? They told me I don't have experience. I got fed up. I stopped even paying for my license as a social worker. What am I paying for? Paying 300 pounds for who? I stopped it. Started my master's in human rights law, doing my cleaning, I'm raising my capital, doing my business. Because they'll use every means to oppress us. Job opportunities, they oppress us. You find a young girl that has never even got a certificate. She's a manager. Because she is white, she's a manager. And we are black with our degrees from Africa. I've worked with a lady who even has a PhD from Nigeria. She was actually even studying PhD. She's a lawyer, prominent lawyer in Nigeria. If you Google her name, she's respected. She was working, submitting to these young people who dropped out of school and their managers. They give them the position and they won't give you. They'll rather be finding faults in you. They'll use you and then dump you. Find faults in you. You slept. I couldn't believe it. I slept. The person even took pictures and said, you had a blanket. I had a jacket, which I just covered on me like that. I was like, oh, I'm feeling cold. And the person said she was in pajamas. Hey! I will never forget. And I don't want to hate anybody. All I say is, I know why I am here. I know all these are frustrations for me to be discouraged, so that I shouldn't raise my capital to move back to Africa. But I will never be discouraged. But at the stage where I have reached, I thank God, by the grace of God and how you, my subscribers, keep on watching my videos. I don't need to work much. Maybe one day in a week, just to sober my mind to say I've gone to work. I don't really need to. My business is doing well. I've received so many calls from everywhere. Everyone wants to work with me as a distributor. It's high time we started black businesses. Black businesses that empower others. If you have a product, have distributors across Africa. Let them distribute your product like I am doing with my product. Work with others. Visit places like Zambia. At least you know me. There's other YouTubers like African Tigress. You can visit Kenya. You can visit Ruben in Zambia. You can visit Martha in Kenya. Visit and you will see the good side of Africa, not the negative side they show. They are happy to oppress black people in their land. In their land, they will oppress. In our land, they will try, but obviously, we will make sure they don't. They try by all means to oppress us, not giving us opportunities. Imagine I've parked my car during this time because I'm not using it much. I walk to town and I can't find the other spare key anyway. But my neighbor called the council to report that my car has been abandoned. Can you imagine? A person who is even around, I'm not even away. All I saw was a big sticker that we're giving 7 days, we're going to remove this car. The hatred, where does it come from? It comes from when they are born. And when we're working with some of them, they will call you black bitch. They will call you black this. And I'm just like, God, this country has taught me patience. Because I realize I am on a mission. to achieve my goals. I shouldn't let anybody distract me. When I was in Zambia in November, December, she called the landlord to say the house has been abandoned. What type of a person is this? Okay, see, Adogon says they said he had a fake $10 bill forgery. So because of $10, you have taken his life. $10. Is that the value of a black life? $10. Because of $10, you took his life. $10 that he can say, oh, I got this money from somewhere. Oh, it's a mistake. Let me call my brother to give me the $10. Oh, I'll never do it again. You write a record, a ticket. Next time you do it again, we'll do this and this. Because of $10. That is how cheap the black race is to these people. We are cheap. We are nothing. What is $10? What is $10? Even walking a dog to go to, for those of you who know that, you can walk a dog. You can't get paid $10 to walk a dog. At least you get even $20 to walk a dog. So because of $10, you stepped on his head. Execution style. Because he is black. This is evil. So the officer is 44, but the other article was saying he's 19. Murderer lives. Murderer lives here. He does. He's a murderer. The life of George Floyd is a price that every black soul will look up to, because it is like a sacrifice of a lesson for the future. And it should never happen again. His life, he's paid a price with his life because of a selfish cop, an evil cop, and it should never happen again. No officer should restrain any black person or anybody like that. This guy is a murderer. So Derek is 44. I don't know why that article typed 19. So Derek, 44, knelt on George Floyd's neck for several minutes during his arrest on Monday, despite him gasping for air and pleading, "I cannot breathe," while bystanders warned, "You are killing him." And all they said was, "He's been fired." Okay, the reason why they said 19, I now understand. Chauvin, who has been in force for 19 years. So I think that's why they were saying Chauvin 19, meaning he's been in office for 19 years, was one of the 4 fired on Tuesday after the footage surfaced online. A horrifying video taken by a bystander on Monday showed Floyd struggling to breathe on the ground as Chauvin knelt on his neck for several minutes. That's the value of a black life. You kill him like an animal, and you know you will get away with it. The officers involved on Monday encounter were responding to a report of forgery in progress and found a man fitting the suspect's description. Floyd, aged in his 40s, in a car, according to the police department account. So he's not even the the one who forged. Hey, I don't think somebody who has a job like what they've been saying about him would forge. Honestly, I don't think so. So because he fits the description, meaning every black person, and it is a warning to you also, my black people in America. Live your lives correctly. Get a job. Why all these shortcuts? You forge money, take drugs. Now an innocent person is killed because of you. Police acknowledged that Floyd appeared to be in medical distress as he was handcuffed. So it wasn't even the right person they even, oh God. So he knelt on him. And for 4 minutes, an ambulance took the suspect to hospital where he died a short time later. He died on the scene, they shouldn't lie. The guy was already dead. Please, my American people, if you ever come across this video, change your ways. Black people, change your ways. 419, fraud, stealing from people. There are so many legal jobs you can do. And that's the reason why we are all victimized, because of one person. Because of one person that deals in drugs. Every black person is a drug dealer. Because of one person that had a gun on them, every black person has a gun on them. Please, my black people, live your lives correctly. Oliver says the diaspora needs Africa and Africa needs the diaspora. Georgia Pia says they cannot change what God said. If they kill 1,000, 1,000 will rise. Live Love says, as human beings, there are bad people amongst us, but to paint a whole race bad criminals, it's horrible, because it's like the whole black race is painted evil. We are all painted, oh Lord, oh Lord. Now we are being accused of coronavirus. This man has been accused of forging, and for $10. $10 that he can even pay a fine. Lorna says, preach, sister. Mwinsakawe says, it pains me to lose a brother like that. Even here in Zambia, they are threatening Maos for doing what is right. More like Zambia is in China. There's nothing that will happen to Miles Sampa. Live Laugh says Zambia is no longer, Zambia is Chambia. Massivingo says, thank you, Lily, for covering this story. I'm from Zimbabwe and been living in America for 24 years. I was actually stopped last Friday for speeding and was praying that I don't make any wrong move. Wow. Can you imagine? You're even scared. Kalechi says, I don't like these white guys. The black race and the white race. One of them wants to be superior. We have people like even Bill Gates trying to finance the vaccines for coronavirus to test on Africans. Test on your people, not on African people. Go and test on your people. Ossie Josie, Madam Lily, you are blessed to be a Zambian, a country that has been abundantly blessed in agriculture, minerals, fertile lands, and a great people. That is the home you have been given. Yes. Loma says, assignments is true, always marked down, and they say it's anonymous. They always give us the lower grades. Nyota says, they control narration. Films show them as heroes, black men as civilians. Yes, they always show that. They always show that. They always show that. As SCS Wellness says, Mississippi burning is rough. It's a bitter one to watch. Mississippi burning. Oh, Mississippi Burning. That's why I said I've watched it many times, because it's one of those films where you watch a bit today, you watch another bit like that. I've watched it like 20 times, but in bits. Not like I've sat to finish it. I can't finish that movie. Michael Abbott, he says, are we going to belong? Are we going to be losing our people? We are not going to be losing our people. We are not. Oliver says, Messiah is in the mirror. Miss Ozzy says, hello to all. Okay. Ruben says, the guy was a target. No matter the crime, you cannot kill an innocent guy like that. Oh yeah, so the officer, 44 years, yes. Thanks, Phyllis. And then he served 19 years. So I was wondering, 19, what is the 19 from? So he's been a veteran, a criminal. He's not a veteran. This one is a criminal. Has been in the force for 19 years. Thank you so much, Live Life. Thank you, Beryl. Thank you, Asgones, as well. I Became Love says, you can't look at racists as human. In Toronto yesterday, a 29-year-old woman, black woman, was pushed off the balcony and she died. So a cop pushed a black woman off the balcony and she died. Let me check. And they claimed it was suicide. Can you imagine? Toronto black woman. Black woman. So they said suicide. Ha! Ha! It's even coming here. Wow. Regis Koczynski Paquette. Oh. So the story is, family of a woman who died in Toronto balcony 4 wants answers from police. Oh, that's a younger photo of her. Okay, so the family of the lady is demanding answers. I need to do a separate video for this one. I think I'll have to do a separate live stream for this one. So we talk about it. I'll dig more about it, so we talk about it. So that the Canadians as well can come and respond as we are talking. But the family is obviously needing answers as to why she fell off the 24th apartment balcony floor. Ontario's watchdog. And people don't believe. Police killed her. Wow. This is heartbreaking. Okay, Zandy says he was 44 years old. He's 44 years old and he served 19 years under Minneapolis. Michael says he's 44. Yes. I don't know why the article was like that. So that story about Toronto, we'll do a live stream tomorrow separate. So we talk about it separately as well. These guys are race soldiers sending a message. Okay, I'm 51 minutes behind. The murderers are probably going to get off. I'm not sleeping. Never. It can't. He's an old policeman. They all wicked. Dr. Kenneth Clark said, we have no friends. Oliver says, we do not have anyone else. Gideon Ngoma says, God is great and he is watching. All the wicked will not see the kingdom of God. Sweeten says, if you are in the States, get up mobile justice. Please, if you are in the States, Sweeten is saying, get up mobile justice. It's an app that alerts others in your location and records and lock screens so that they can't get it off. Stick together. So I'll put it even on my community tab. the app, and I'll tell people, if you're in the States, download this app. Thank you so much. Trust none. There is no justice to black people in the world, especially America. Gideon, I don't agree with you. Big man says, oh, Gideon is not agreeing with. What did Gideon say, big man? Sweeten says, if you have 50 people there that knows what is, they can't kill us, yeah, so easily. Yeah, so if you have 50 people on the app, that's what she's saying, you can be stopped. So mobile justice app. So I'll make sure I share the mobile justice app. Thank you so much for the information. Okay. Hi, Bernice. Michael says, I don't hate whites. Yeah, so the app, we'll talk about it again and again and again each time we do live streams like this. Bosky says he killed someone who attacked police with a knife. Nevertheless, he should never have been on the force. Yeah, he shouldn't have. He has a temper. The guy who killed will be killed soon, believe me. So Sweeten is saying all the Americans need to link up. Please link up on that app. Link up on that app. All the Americans. So C. Adogon says he has worked for 19 years. Phyllis says, my children were labeled beyond national level when they first came here. That's year 5 and year 3. And now, who graduated with a first class in pharmacy, and my daughter and my son are starting uni in September. Congratulations. Because they think black people are not brainy. Vitimon, a meal to eat. Indeed. Then handcuff him. Rabionda says we should fight. Clarence says many of the things that's going on are only the beginning of a divine plan. Is it a plan? Yeah. These people that are taking the life of our people only cause an eruption within us and at this phase in this movement. Yes, we need to have our own movement. We need to have our own movement. We need to have our own movement. It's very sad indeed. Yes, Rabionda. It's very, very sad. So no justice, no peace. Darancho, good to see you. Rabionda says, I'm very disappointed with this action, surely. It's heartbreaking. Motiva, the heart is paining. This is a very head slap to the black community worldwide. Very. Phyllis says we are undefeated. Yeah. We are the only race that can produce, that can reproduce. Let us unite, Africans, and build back home. This is Babylon. This is not our home. It's not. Definitely not. Big man says, I only blame the stupid leaders of Africa. I feel your pain. Rabionda says, these criminals are dangerous indeed. C. Adagun says, but trust none. This is the third murder by police in less than 2 weeks. Can you imagine that? My moderators, if somebody super chats, at least post messages as many so that I can catch up quickly, because I'm still at 0013 and the time is, I'm like 40 minutes away in terms of reading comments. Says, you can't say you want to run to Africa because most leaders have sold Africa to Europe or Asia. And even if you made it there, other races want to reduce our population or just kill us. Athena says we can't keep killing each other and hating each other. and expecting for others to take us seriously. Exactly. That is why it starts with us. We have to be united. Once we are united, there's no way anybody can take advantage. You know, it starts with us. Lanshi says, hey Lily, what time is it over there? It's midnight. Midnight 57. But I wanted to catch my American audience because this is the time when they are awake. And obviously because this affects them a lot more, obviously because they are in America and they support me when I'm mourning. So I thought, let me come at this time and do this live stream, specifically with my American audience, because these people are really supporting my channel beyond, you know. So I had to do this live stream for my American people. Butterfly Dragon says, thank you for doing this. I Became Love says, we need to stand our ground. We are many and they are few. That is why they are on the offense. It's sad, heartbreaking. Clarence says, it's only internal phase at this phase, yeah, but soon it will become external. Yeah, so it's like at the moment, everything we are having is boiling within ourselves, is internal, but soon it will become external and there will be no place for them to hide. Of course, because then we will obviously act. See, Erdogan says they are part of a murderous police fraternity. Look it up. Oh, wow. This is why they get away with it over and over. Wow. America has been going through this since I can remember. Since I can remember, honestly, this is so heartbreaking. Boxcom 8, Pan-Africanism needs to be popularized in Africa. Pan-Africanist politics needs to rise again in Africa. Hi, Mayulinda. Thank you so much. Lance Beamon says, greetings everyone from the US. We're greeting you as well, sir. Sally Lunga says, this death has broken my heart. It is similar to the Eric Garner case, and they keep getting away with it. Let me check on Eric Garner. It's heartbreaking when these things keep on coming and keep on happening. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 2014. Oh. So Eric Garner was attacked. That's Eric Garner. He was choked. Eric Garner. Nice chubby guy. Oh. And the person was cleared. Huh? The cop that choked Eric Garner was cleared. Oh. Sally says, celebrities have spoken, but Obama is quiet. Such a puppet. Suki Lee, let's find a GoFundMe fund for our brothers George Floyd. Yeah, if it's there, I can share if you let me know. Mayulinda says they are following what Trump wants. Please thumbs up the video. I'm sorry, I'm late. I feel asleep. Oh, MC, it's okay. Sukili says, we love you, my sister. Thank you so much. TR News and Reviews says, hi, everyone. Hi, TR. Wow. So that's what I just wanted to share with you, my subscribers, at least, so we can talk about this. And I hear how you feel about this. And just know that I'm praying with you. You're closer to this incident. It's in your country. You are home. Where you feel is home. This is where things are happening. MC Clara says it's supposed to be removed by YouTube within few hours. Yeah, because I was wondering why the videos are there on YouTube. I think that's why you responded. Lance says, on behalf of our people in the US, I would like to say thank you so much for your support in this matter. Your concern is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Africa need to get together. So I just had to do this live stream and just know that I am praying with you and know you're not the next one. We pray for justice and your safety. No matter what, justice must prevail, even for the family. Okay, so the app, Sweeten has shared it, we will share it. Oh, TR News, thank you so much. You see my moderators, they are sleeping. Sorry, TR News and Reviews. I obviously make you moderator, but because I saw the messages late. Thank you so much. Val Chung says, thank you for recognizing our pain here in the USA. Thank you for your support. Thank you for standing up for us everywhere. Blessed up. Africa Unite. Okay. Mayolinda says they come out to try to stop people from reaching. If a cop was black to a Caucasian, he would have been in jail. Telling you. Oh, so see, Adegunun talks about bloodshed and riots. Beryl Branch says, it takes time to learn the counties, but you are doing great, sis. We are watching the Minneapolis. I'm trying. KNRB says they targeted him because he was black, a black man of huge structure. He looked really, really tall, and he fitted in the profile of a con man. Can you imagine that? Now, Mrs. Black people aren't going around looting. They use this strategy to dehumanize the protest. They did this in the UK with the 2011 riots. Oh, really? So Naomi is saying that black people are not looting. They're just using this as an opportunity to dehumanize, like to show that, oh, look, they say they're protesting, but look, they are stealing. God, why? MC Clara says it made me cry. Me, I cry. Lance Beamon says this particular police officer has had multiple complaints filed on him by citizens of Minneapolis. Oh, TR News. Oh, thank you so much. Moderators, when TRN News like that, a YouTuber drops TRN, you know what I'll do? I'll just share your link on my YouTube channel, community tab, because my moderators are sleeping. This is really sad. I cried. I've been following this story and will make sure I do my part to make the voices of our African American be heard. Naomi says, blood ritual, they are walking demons. MC Clara says, hey, Wakanda. Joanne says, Christianity last form. That's my alarm. Hi, Food Delight. Wakanda Agent, how are you? Aren't you sleeping? Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, C. Adegon. She says, we want to come home. I am coming home. I want to be in Africa. That's where my heart is, and I'm going there in a few weeks' time. As soon as they open the borders, I'm going for like 2 months. I'm tired, I'm fed up. You know, I need to see to what's happening there. I need to go and monitor what's happening on my projects. MC Clara says, this all reminds me of that movie, The Hate They Give Little Infants, EFs, everyone. Yeah, so thank you so much. Boxcom says, I self-pity, Lily. I don't see anger the same way you showed against the Chinese, you know? Yeah, box, you know, where you just feel sorry, like, why us, you know? I feel your pain. MC Clara said, you can start doubting their wealth. Yes, we have to. Their wealth is blood money. Michael Abotsi says, my dear, the leader of ZAM caused that, meaning Zambia, but very soon their government will fall. Me too, the mayor has, you know, has to rise to the duty of the government. Oh, yes. C. Adagun says, but whites are also protesting in large numbers in Minneapolis. Oh, that's good. Okay, Michael says, if it's me, Michael, I will never do it. I will leave my job, work, respect. So Michael is talking about our mayor from Zambia who was forced to apologize, and he's saying if I was him, I would have left the job. Yeah, so Athena says, I'm so happy we don't go through anything with the Chinese where I live. They go far. Okay, so Naomi talked about the dog. Thank you so much, Food Delight. Bless you, sis. My moderators are supposed to drop TRN News link and my link. Hi, Books Magazines. Good to see you. Prince HK from Kitwe. Hi, Luciano. Good to see you. Food Delight says that police must not only be fired, he must be killed. Is wicked. Moff Rele says great work. Thank you so much. Sweetnin says you're welcome. Homeboy Irina, good to see you. Wakanda, you're awake. Wakanda says North and South America stands for Black Lives Matter and join. Thank you so much. Illegal chokehold, the police killed Gardner. This one is painful as well. Eric Gardner. Yeah. Okay, Wakanda says it's time for our folks in the States to strap up and protect the community. Don't let those murderers walk freely. Kruda Beck says it's painful and we should stop calling our brothers and sisters in America as African American. They are all Africans, full stop. So my American family in America, you are endowed. You are now fully Africans. You're supposed to be called Africans. You are not African Americans. You are Africans. Vouching says Eric was killed right here in the Big Apple of the world. Okay. So Barry says, sis, you know my husband Gab, who is white, was a police officer for 10 years. He quit his job due to something similar. He said he couldn't serve under such circumstances. Wow, we need to talk about it. After this, USA won't be talking about any human rights and other kind of justice propaganda. It's already loud and clear who they really are, Wakanda agent says. Also, Val Chung says, thank you for this live. You're welcome. Homeboy Rina says, this barbaric incident is shameless. Okay. So thank you so much. Thank you for coming to my YouTube channel and for joining us. I just wanted us to do this for like 30 minutes or an hour, but people ended up coming and it's late now. But I just wanted to say I feel your pain. That's why the live stream is, not the bubbly one where we laugh and talk, but we're here to just feel the pain. Mike Hawkins says, you are wrong. They are American, not African. That would be like if I called myself German because someone 200 years ago lived in Germany. No, Mike Hawkins, somebody is just blessing them that they shouldn't be addressed as African Americans. So I said, okay, you've been endowed, you've been blessed. Whichever way they are Americans, that's how it is. DB says that their kingdom is getting destroyed, and they know Judah is coming on top. Micah 5:15, and I will execute vengeance in anger and fury upon the heathen, such as they have not heard of. So my moderators, when somebody super chats, are supposed to drop their link. Okay, so thank you so much. There's a lot of topics we'll be talking about. I just thought, there are some things that I can't just do a video and talk. It's better we do a live stream and just share. See, Mike Hawkins says we all need to do sit-ins with thousands. Okay. Okay, so thank you so much. Food Delight says she can't sleep. Do you know what didn't make me sleep last night? Mouse Sampa's confession. I woke up, I thought it was a dream. Sharon Nicholson says, Lily, this is bad. It's so bad, yeah. Thank you so much. It's a girl, Lela Matams, also known as Glopa Z. I am sympathizing with my all American family. This is not a good thing that has happened. May God protect the family. And like we've said, if there's any GoFundMe links, send the links so that we can share and people can support the family. It is heartbreaking. I don't know if the man had children. Oh, I was even about to ask. He had a daughter. Mayolinda, I have to go. You want me to? Mayolinda, I have to go. Mayolinda says, Lily, are you done? I'm done. I've been here for 1 hour, 51 minutes. Wakanda agent says, this is too heartbreaking, but true, justice will prevail. Yeah, since he had a daughter, we need to find a link, share, and support the family. And watch it. Too fast! Mayolinda, I've been here for 2 hours. And by the way, I've sorted my Wi-Fi levels. I was using my phone all the time and I would sit there because when I traveled to Zambia, something happened. I couldn't have my Wi-Fi. So now my Wi-Fi is back on. So now I'll be sitting here and we could talk. Even when I'm doing the live stream, inviting other people, we're going to have a very, very clear live stream because I have Wi-Fi now. So my levels have changed. Whose daughter is not feeling well, Sharon? Whose daughter is not feeling well? Yeah, so we'll have more live stream often. You love the crowd. Oh, today my milestone. MC Clara, what's your milestone today? Are you? Oh, you know what, MC Clara, your picture was not clear. Let me make you moderator. Oh, your picture is not clear, so I'm wondering who's MC Clara. It looks like their eyelashes. Drop your link. Please support MC Clara's. I was wondering, who's MC Clara? It looks like eyelashes. I wish I could take a picture. Oh, you've reached 75 subscribers today. You know what? We need to do a special thing for you to have lots of subscribers. Send me a message on WhatsApp if you have my line, and then we can strategize. Oh, he has a 22-year-old and a 6-year-old. Oh, he's a father. Oh, too bad. MC Clara, we need to do you a proper live stream where you can get 100 subscribers instantly. And because with this one, obviously it was just a quick, talking about what's going on in America. But I'll do you tomorrow we have something, a power talk. The power talk that we're having is about the Zambian woman who is married to a Chinese man that is insulting the whole Zambia, the whole world. We're having that live stream tomorrow morning with African Tigress. So you can come on that live stream, darling. We will drop your link. Since I've made you a moderator, Just come on that live stream and just be dropping your link, and I'll be saying whatever links that are being dropped, share, subscribe, please, okay? Okay, MC Clara. So that's what we'll do tonight, today. We're having a live stream with African Tigress. I'm even setting it up now for me and her. We're talking about it this morning, I think around 10ish. We will talk about it. So just come. Cool Mama says, scared of our black sons in America. It's scary. It's scary. It's scary. Homeboy says, watching from Minneapolis and following this news very closely, would probably join the public official protest this weekend. Thanks for the live chat, sis. Wow, so you're really in Minneapolis. Wow. Ish, so the whole Minneapolis should have been here watching. Okay, MC Clara says, I'll be there and I will go live in the afternoon. Okay, no problem. You should come and join us, and we should push you to have even 1,000 subscribers. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone. And for my super chatters, I am so grateful for your love, your support. You guys are amazing. I don't even know what to say. I didn't even plan this live stream. I just said I need to talk about this. So thank you so much. Natotela sana. Natasha, meaning thank you. Thank you, thank you. It's a girl Lilama Times, also known as Gelop Z. I'm just a Zambian YouTuber based here in the UK, and Africa is at heart. I love you guys.